It is Wacky Wrestling Wednesday. The Rock is cooking. I don't like my inner live Rock right there. Look, today's topic, ladies and gentlemen, is a stupendous one. Wacky Wednesday, if you didn't know, is the day when I talk about anything but normal topics like any current problem with wrestling or any current storyline. Today is dedicated to anything shenanigans related, anything cool related, just non cool, it's just two cool topics. Today's cool topic is my personal own. I don't want to get into what I think is, okay, because otherwise that's controversial. I'm going to make people mad. I'm getting into my opinion. This is what we tell people what we love. So that way we don't get yelled at. We just tell them what we love, and if you don't like it, get out of here, okay? These are my top 10 wrestling matches of all time. Yes, 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 yes. Please enjoy. Sit back, listen to me, yap about wackiness in professional wrestling. We're gonna get started here with an honorable mention. I have three honorable mentions for my top 10. The first one is Prince Puma versus Rey Mysterio. Now, I was a big Lucha Underground fan. I am so ecstatic it's coming back, especially if they keep the same like type of genre, and especially with TKO owning it. Which I don't know if I feel good about that or not, but that means like, what if Penta went back and all that? Imagine Ricochet was still there. Oh my God, he could go back to being Prince Puma. He would be the face, love there, and everything. I bet he regrets leaving WWE. But then again, he found new heights in AEW, so. And he's also on one of my matches here, so shocker. But Rey Mysterio versus Prince Puma, the reason I have it here is because when Lucha Underground was happening, I was like, I think 12 or 11 at the time. I might be wrong. I think a little younger, maybe 9 or 10. But anyways, I was a big fan of Prince Puma, and he was my next big favorite luchador. And then seeing him go up against Rey Mysterio, an all-time luchador, another luchador I liked, I was like, whoa! It was essentially like a little dream match of mine, right? Uh, I really loved it. The match was phenomenal. If you haven't seen it, check it out. It's free on YouTube, by the way. So I watch it a lot. But it was a cool match. It was not a passing of the torch because Rey Mysterio ended up winning the match. But it was like a cool match for me. Like, I was so hyped for the match. You don't even understand how excited I was for this match and then the other matches I have listed here too. But it was a phenomenal match, okay? I loved it. I could watch it again. It is Lucha Libre in my heart. Not the peak of it though. I have another match that is the peak of Lucha Libre for me. But yeah, that's the first honorable mention. All right, let me talk to you real quick. So you can see the lighting is different. It's later in the day. Uh, I just want to cry. The mic didn't pick up nothing. The mic didn't pick up diddly squat, okay? I look like an idiot in the video. So we're refilming everything, okay? 32 minutes down the drain. So bear with me, okay, on this one. I'm skipping the honorable mention. I'm just gonna say them, okay? I'm tired and I'm old and I work with children. Anyways, number my other audible mention is the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. Um, I love their feud. Their feud was awesome. It's one of my favorites of all time. I could watch their matches a lot. I wouldn't say it's not my favorite tag team match of all time. We'll get to it later because it's my third. And you know, man, I dug into depth into this, and I got to do it again. It's just like you watch the movie and then your friends like right after you finish the movie, like an hour after, you're just like, he's like, let's go to the movie together. And you're just like, no, that's a better example. What happened to me? Went to McDonald's, ate McDonald's. 30 minutes later, pick up a friend. Let's go to McDonald's. I'll pay for it. It's like, I was there. I was just there. But he's paying for it. And he wants it really bad. What do I do? I guess I'm going back for seconds is what I'm doing, ladies and gentlemen. So you can see the lighting is different because it's nighttime now. It is now nighttime. I would have had this video up earlier. It would have been early on Wednesday, but now I'm probably gonna release this on Thursday now, later in the day. So now welcome to Wacky Thursday. Damn it, this is wacky. This today fits perfect. What happened today? Today was wacky audio, so it fits well with Wacky Wednesday, wacky wrestling. Okay. But yeah, like what can I say? I like the ladder match more. I'm talking about the ladder match when I talk about the Young Bucks versus the Lucha Bros. And the sole reason is because I prefer ladder matches over the steel cage match. And earlier I said that steel cages are a stupid stipulation because it should never be involved with factions because they always say we're going to be locked together in a steel cage where no one can interfere. It's like, brother, there's no roof. There is no roof. You can crawl out. People can crawl in. Like, what are we doing? What are we talking about? Steel cages, and people can open the door. We have so many examples of it. It's so dumb. It's so stupid. And I just never like steel cages unless it's one on one. No people get involved, and it's just a straight up hard hitting steel cage locked in a cage with someone match. You know what I'm saying? I hate those get steel cages where they win by going out of the ring. No, you know what I'm saying? All right, we're having so many technical problems. It's actually infuriating me. Oh, I don't know if it's the curse of calling this Wacky Wednesday, but no, my final and last honorable mention is Shawn Michaels versus Triple H in their unsanctioned match at SummerSlam. Now, the reason it isn't an honorable mention and not in the top 10 is I have other matches that I love more. But the reason it's an honorable mention too is because I love this match. It's the coming back of my favorite wrestler of all time. And the story going into this was also phenomenal with Shawn recently having that career ending back injury and Shawn not knowing if he can come back into wrestling. And Shawn once again proving to the world he is the greatest in-ring performer of all time with his best friend in a grueling match, especially if you're gonna come back from a grueling injury like a back problem. And his first match he wanted coming back was a what was it again? Uh, unsanctioned match with Triple H. Especially some of the spots in that match. Whew. But I mean, if I'm Sean, my best friend is the person I'm trusting the most too. Though, so what am I to say? But it showed that Sean was already completely healthy and ready to go. And you know what? I'm not gonna fix the lighting anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Ah! Top 10 time. Okay. Number 10, I have Mick Foley versus Edge, WrestleMania 22. And this is. I'm gonna look dark, okay? I don't care anymore. Ah! I'm gonna look dark. Edge Mick Foley is a match that I credit for making me a wrestling fan. I was 9 years. Hold on. I was 6. I don't want to make the joke, but I was 6 or 7 when I watched this. Maybe 8, a little older. 8? No, 7. I think I was 7 years old when I started watching this. When I watched this on DVD, and thanks to my parents for letting me watching this, even though I don't know why you're letting a 7-year-old watch that grueling hardcore match with Edge and McFoley, especially the way it ends and the stuff that happens into it with and um it is an awesome match. I loved it. I thought it ruled. I thought it was the coolest thing in the world. But yeah, you know, it was the coolest thing in the world for me. Made me a wrestling fan. Something I shouldn't have been watching at 7. But you know, who cares? Number 9 is Dominic Mysterio versus John Cena at Survivor Series last year. And yes, it is a new match. It is recent, but the reason it is so high on my list already is because I was there. And I've never been more invested, more in love, more chaotically induced into a match than this. Dominic Mysterio is my favorite male wrestler right now. I've actually been watching him and fan of him since 2019. No, yeah, I loved the Bray and Dominic story with Brock, and then I loved when he came into WWE. And I thought he would go be a future superstar just because of his dad and knowing that WWE likes to push old wrestlers. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna hop on Dominic and I'm gonna ride with him to the promised land. And
it paid off. When I tell you it paid off, it paid off. I bought into the stocks, and now my stocks are at all-time high. You know what stocks I bought into? I bought into Liv Morgan stocks back in 2019, or when she no, it wasn't 2019. Back when she debuted with the Riot Squad. Okay, and I loved it. Okay, and the fact that Dom and Liv now are like this, and the, they're just elevating more and more with each other, is phenomenal. Especially for me, who's my favorite female is favorite female wrestler is Liv, and then my favorite male is Dominic Mysterio. So that's pretty cool. The fact that they're together, and when Liv returned, I was happy, and then I was mad because Liv smacked Dom, and I was like, "What did he do?" I lost my voice watching this. Okay, I lost my voice for this in the night, but I was like, "What did he do? What did he do to earn that slap? Was he with Raquel? Is there something we don't know? Was it with Roxanne? Is there something we don't know? Was he dilly dallying with Liv again? Oh my greatness! This lighting is dog. You know, I don't care anymore about the lighting. Lighting can be whatever it wants. It's doing its own thing. Maybe I should stop moving, but I don't care. Um, you know, I enjoyed this match very much, especially since I am a D1 John Cena hater. Never liked John, always hated John. John can go kick rocks because I was an Edge fan. Okay, he can kick rocks. I don't care. I was on Team Dom all the way, and I was eating good that night with Dom winning and pinning John Cena, and cleanly. And I did that. Yeah, I don't remember anyone else helping him. I believe Dom did that on his own. Just saying. Does that make him the greatest of all time? He did beat John Cena by himself. Shawn Michaels versus Undertaker, WrestleMania 26, career versus streak is my number 8 match. You're going to realize there's a lot of Shawn on here because Shawn is my favorite wrestler of all time. I can watch a lot of Shawn Michaels matches. And, uh, you know, the story is amazing. Shawn Michaels, I could watch that match because it's his last moment. You know, I always say to myself, like, if I was ever told that I was gonna die and like I can go to only like one place for the rest and then I'll die. It'll always be that place. Shawn Michaels vs Undertaker, WrestleMania 26. That'd be the place where I would go peacefully. And if I was in heaven, I'd be there every day. That was my favorite, not match, but moment. Favorite atmosphere. Favorite story. Okay. This I'm talking about strictly matches I like to rewatch, and this is one of my favorites. And you know why this one hurts the most? My family went to this WrestleMania. I was 2 years old, 2 years and 7 months old, and I could have went. I could have gone. You could have strapped my diaper on and took me. You know, I could have made it. You know why? They took my 6-year-old cousin. Okay, he brags about it. He tells me all the time how he went. It makes me angry. It pisses me off. You know. Uh, you know what? Go kick rocks, cause he reminds me he went. But you know what makes it worse? He fell asleep. He fell asleep during the main event. Who falls? I wouldn't have. I would have stayed awake. Okay? I would have stayed awake. I wouldn't have fallen asleep. Who falls asleep during a wrestling match? Not me. I never did. Took me to WrestleMania 2013. I didn't fall asleep. I stayed awake. Got scared shitless when the Shield came out and attacked The Rock. I was scared. And then I hated when The Rock won. I wanted to see Punk to win. I was triggered. Went to WrestleMania. Seth Rollins won. Heist of the century. I was mad. I was pissed off. I wanted Roman Reigns to win. Um, you know, but I'm still triggered. Okay, my uncle reminds me all the time that he went, and then I remind him he fell asleep. So my favorite wrestler retires, and my cousin went, not me. I wouldn't have fallen asleep. I wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? Strap my diaper on and take me there. Number 7 is Rhea Ripley versus Liv. Just like I said about the Dom and Cena match, Liv and Dom are my 1 and 2 for my 1 and 1 for female and male wrestler currently right now. And seeing Dom and Liv join forces, I was like, ooh, yay. because they were my one and two. I actually was like intrigued on the story, and I also love that in the storytelling through the match was we didn't know who Dom was gonna work with. We didn't know whose side Dom was on, and that he was still helping Rhea while also still helping Liv, and then helping him out and showing us that he's still on Rhea's side, yet still not telling us if he's not on Liv's side. Because there was a moment where Rhea grabbed the steel chair, ready to swing on Liv, but Dom stops Rhea and says, "You can't win like this," making us wonder, was it to help Rhea or was it to stop Liv from getting hurt? And we got to answer because he slides the chair in and still made us wonder with with him pointing to Rhea to use it, and then he tried to distract the ref for Rhea, but instead we didn't realize he was actually pointing to Liv to use it instead of Rhea, and Rhea didn't realize it. She thought it meant for her to use it, and then Liv hits the Oblivion. Dom helps Liv, picks up Liv, kisses her, and I was watching. I want to know this because I was watching the playlist on Liv and Dom's story again. When she kissed him at SummerSlam, her whole mouth went towards the mustache, bro. She got a kiss full of stash. Okay, now granted that is a man's stash. That is a peak stash right there. That's every man's dream. My dream as well. But it's funny to think about because when he kissed her for the first when it started, all mustache. When you turn the other way, she is way from that mustache, bro. She's on the bottom lip, and I was laughing because I was like, I wonder if she realized or she thought about it, but that was a mouthful of mustache. I mean, I don't blame her. Like, never mind. Move on. Moving on to number six, which is another Lucha Underground matchup, and I'm so excited the fact that TK was bringing it back. TKO, you doing the Lord's work. You doing my work. And I will cover Lucha Underground. Okay, you can believe in that. When should what day should Lucha Underground be? Cause you already have Monday Night Raw. You have NXT. You have what? Friday Night SmackDown. Saturday is AAA. Would you move it to Thursdays or Wednesdays? Not Thursdays because TNA's there. Would you want to counter program one of your competitors? AEW. When would Lucha Underground be? Oh, would it be filmed and posted like on a? I don't know. That is a good question, though. That is a good thing to think about. Yes, Lucha Underground is back, but when would Lucha Underground air? What time? What day? That's too far in the future. Right now, all I care about is the company being back. But my number six slot is Prince Puma versus Mel Muertes and their casket match. Day of the Dead, I think it's called. You know what? I'm filming this later. You think I would have looked it up? You know that? Hold on, let me check real quick. I figured it out. I googled it. It is called Grave Consequences. That's actually a really good name for a match like that. You know that? I'm not mad at that. Um, yeah, it's on my number six. I love the match. I love Mil Muertes versus Ricochet or Prince Puma. I kind of just spoiled the identity. Am I a bad guy for that? Oh no! What if he was to come back? I spoiled it. No, actually, he spoiled it himself too. Ah, who cares if I spoiled it? Prince Puma and Ricochet are the same people. But I really wish Ricochet stayed under or WWE's contracts. You imagine Ricochet going back to Lucha Underground under TKO, and he goes back as Prince Puma? Imagine the glory, imagine the hype, imagine the realness. Or Penta going back. You know, if they do Lucha Underground, you know who they push as their main star? Either Penta or Ray Phoenix. I'm telling you, maybe Dom. No, I don't know. But dude, I'm excited for Lucha Underground. But yeah, I love Mil Muertes versus Prince Puma matches. They were my favorite, my one and two. I was so scared Mil Muertes and I hated him. And I loved Prince Puma. He was my hero. And I love that guy. You know, it was awesome. It was a dub. W feud, W match, W sequences and all that. W longevity of the two. Give it to me. If I ever get that again in my lifetime, oh my god, I'll be a happy little camper. A happy frenzy. hmm I'll be wacky all over the place. That must have been the wind. But number five, cinco, numero cinco. is Will Ospreay versus Ricochet versus Takeshita, and I love that triple threat. That is a phenomenal triple threat. One of the greatest triple threats I've ever seen. Not the greatest, because I have a triple threat on my top three. But dude, I love me some quick. I love that it was quick, fast paced, non-stop action. There was a moment where Ricochet, I think, was pinning Will Ospreay, and Takeshita wasn't even getting pinned or anything, and he kicked out still, showing how quick it was going. That they were just going off of instinct, basically. Uh, I loved that match. It was peak. I wouldn't call it lucha libre because it's not lucha libre. Whenever I see high flying and all that, it was aerial. Okay, pun intended for the aerial assassin. Um, spray, spray. But I do wonder, like, do people consider that lucha libre? Because lucha libre was the pavement that paved the way for quick paced, high flying, non-stop action wrestling. So, should we call today's wrestling, like especially like with a match with Seth Rollins versus who was a high flyer that Seth, like a Neville? Would you guys call that lucha libre, considering it was quick paced and fast and high flying and all that? I don't know. That is a good question to talk about. But that's not what we're here for. We're here for wacky top 10 favorite matches of mine. And I just really love this triple threat. Especially since it's on YouTube for free. And I'm telling you this, I don't like Don Callis on commentary though. Like, bro, get out of there. That is not your spot. You're a manager. Be a Paul Heyman instead of being a broadcaster. That is not your spot. Get out of there. It's the only pet peeve I have with that match. Otherwise, I would have beat my next one, which is also a triple threat. And you'll see there is a complete difference from this triple threat and the other triple threat. A complete and utter difference. Oh my god, the lighting. I'm sorry, guys. The lighting is dog. I'm gonna talk quiet because it's nighttime. You know what I'm saying? The wackiness is gone. The wacky's gone. This is Weshin. What question? Okay, this is not wacky at all. Let's get wacky with it, anyways. Bro, the wind must be going hard right there. Oh my god. You heard nothing. There was no pause needed, okay? There was no pause. No pause needed. No pause whatsoever. But number four is my next triple threat, the greatest triple threat in my opinion, solely because I was there for it. And when I was there, it's better. The match was better in person than on television because they had Titus O'Neil on commentary. Don't know why. He didn't add anything to it. He didn't elevate it at all. I'm talking about Gunther versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus for the IC title. This was no bread, no water, just meat. I'm saying, you had hard hitting. You had chops. You had Sheamus bleeding. You had Gunther going crazy. You had Drew flying out of the ring. You had Gunther doing top rope moves. You had everything going for you. It was nonstop action, meat on meat, a good old slap fest. Just like people were comparing it to '90s wrestling, because it was just three men, big, buffy, tall, great in ring workers in trunks, just going at it. Just beating the hell out of each other for that gold, for a prestigious prize. And that, ladies and gentlemen, in my opinion, is peak wrestling. Okay, like Sheamus versus Gunther. That is peak wrestling. That is professional wrestling, not acrobatic. Okay, Sheamus versus Gunther is peak wrestling, not acrobatic. Okay, telling you right now. But I digress. That is number four. Number three, two, and one are coming up. Get ready for the top three. Let's get wackier. All the way to the max. Yo, who's saying these out of pocket stuff? That must have been the wind, bro. The wind is acting crazy. It was Papa Shango. I'm telling you. It was Papa Shango. It was not me. I'm not being out of pocket. It's late at night. Why would I be up? Why? Just because it's late at night doesn't mean I'm tired and wonky and wacky. You know what I'm saying? Wacky is the perfect way to sum up this video. You know what? The first like 6 minutes is gonna be in the broad daylight, and then you got this later on in the night. Justice for me. Number three, I talked about it a bit, before on a previous video, I have the Usos versus the Street Profits. My favorite tag match of all time. I don't care what anyone says. I adore this match. I love it to hell. I was a big Street Profits fan. I thought they should have done the Usos. I love the Usos too in the early Bloodline. Phenomenal tag team to prove why they are the greatest tag team of all time. Like, I'm sorry, Young Bucks, get in the back of the line. Hardy Boys, get in the back of the line. Who else is a great tag team? Dudley Boys, get in the back of the line. Who else is a great tag team? Hmm. New Day, you get on the side, okay? You get on the side. New Day can get on the side, okay? I love the New Day. New Day Usos, give me that. Give me that. You remember when they hyped up the tag division, saying the Usos were back in the New Day? We should have got New Day Usos again at WrestleMania. Instead, we got what? Speed? What? Who likes Speed? Like, get out of here. And the celebrities. They chose celebrities over actual hard working wrestlers. Can you imagine? Like, that's crazy, bro. But yeah, I love this match. I really do. It is amazing, fast paced. It slowly builds up. It is peak tag teaming for me. Angelo Dawkins going crazy, big meaty man going crazy. You love that. Montez Ford doing crazy high flying stuff. Montez Ford was Javon Evans before Javon Evans. Montez Ford walked so Javon Evans could run. Okay, I'm serious on that one. Montez Ford walked so Javon Evans could run. I'm not lying on that one. Okay, I'm telling the truth. At number two, numero dos. Oh wait. What did Paul Heyman do? Oh yeah, the vision. Did you know this represents the vision? You don't do this. You don't do a V. Do a V sideways. The vision. I don't love himself some vision. You know what I'm saying? The vision. I see a vision. Should they change their name? Because the whole vision thing was set on an older wrestler teaching wisdom to younger men and showing that they're the future. I'm sorry. Uh, the only person there who has a future at being one of the faces of the company is Braun Breaker. And even then, he's starting to become iffy because you have Trick Williams, Javon Evans, and Oba Femi there. And then you have, what, Ethan Page and Ricky Saints coming up too? I'm sorry, Braun, but you're starting to lose your stocks, brother. Like, if you weren't there before, like, I don't know. Braun Breaker, I hate to say it, but, like, he would have been better without the vision. Just because the vision didn't end up working out due to injuries. And now look at him. Unless they can revive it with this feud with Seth, Braun Breaker ain't one of the faces, in my opinion. We have other people coming up that are going to be bigger and higher. But let's talk for another day. Oh my god, I got sidetracked. Number two is Shawn Michaels versus Taker, WrestleMania 25. Okay? And I love that match. I would watch it in class and ignore my teachers. Okay? And don't worry, I still get the work done. I was a good kid. I was an amazing kid. I had good A's. I had A's. I was phenomenal. I was AJ Styles. Those jokes are not hidden today, huh? That was totally him, not me. Okay, that joke is sucked. Okay, I have no brain cells right now. Okay, I think that's funny. It's probably not funny. I may probably no one laugh, but Shawn Michaels and Undertaker number two, damn near perfect, great match, phenomenal. If you don't know the story, Triple or Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were triggered because they were told they're going on fifth, and they're like, "What are we? Lower mid card? What? Lower mid card for The Undertaker and Shawn Michaels?" And they went out there and put on what is arguably the greatest WrestleMania match of all time. But no, it's not. Because I have number one, who is a WrestleMania match. But this is number two. Oh my god, the lighting. You're doing so good for so long. What are we doing, lighting? TKO said no budget for you. Oh, TKO's back. TKO loved me. You know why? Because the fans were on my back. Was it you, Papa Shingo? Is it Shango or Shingo? See, a lot of people say I don't know how to talk, but it's the vowels that get me, okay? A lot of people don't talk about how vowels get you. Like ah, eh. Why? Why? I'm trying to think about other. What are other vowels? Oh my god. Anyways, moving on. We're going to number one, ladies and gentlemen. Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, phenomenal match. Damn near perfect. Other than the fact that Undertaker went and dunked his head onto the mat, almost killing himself. Wouldn't that have been crazy? Headlines being Undertaker sincerely had a bad accident. You imagine the story that would have caused if that thing went way worse than it did, and Undertaker would have went on live television at WrestleMania. You imagine? That would have not been good. Not at all. Number one, my favorite wrestling match of all time. I could watch on repeat. A match I could watch over and over and over and over again. A match I love. A match that I think every wrestling fan should acknowledge as the greatest wrestling match of all time. AEW can't hold a candle to it. AEW will never get better than it. No other company has ever produced a better match than this. I'm talking about number one being Seth Rollins versus The Fiend at Hell in a Cell. Now I know a lot of people hate this match, but for me, I love this match. Okay, I mean the sheer telling of The Fiend being unstoppable, The Fiend being amazing, and then Seth Rollins like panicking and all that. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm lying, I'm lying, I'm lying. That's not my number one. For anyone who thought that was real, you're funny. Number one is Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels, WrestleMania 21. Perfect match. That is what I expect out of a wrestling match, a WrestleMania match. Just two of the best in-ring workers going at it at the same time, and the intensity in this match. Kurt Angle having the perfect finisher for Shawn, attacking Shawn's back with the Angle Slam, and then Shawn, the Kurt Angle ankle lock, making Shawn panic, and Shawn trying to break out of it every like 5 minutes in that match, and him having to struggle and struggle as the pain kept building up, and then Kurt Angle synced it in by laying back, and it's just a phenomenal match. Okay, WrestleMania 21, my favorite WrestleMania of all time. No, WrestleMania 39 is my favorite WrestleMania of all time, but I love that match so much. It is the peak definition of what a wrestling match should be. Two greatest in ring workers just duking it out, showing off who's better, who's the best, and going after problems, thinking about how to take advantage of your opponent, how to out wrestle the other person. That's literally what the story was. Who's the better wrestler? Who's the better wrestler? And I love that match so much. Alright, that's your wacky Wednesday. Well, probably won't get this up by Wednesday. That's your wacky Thursday, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to rename this, aren't I? It should have been Wacky Wednesday. Oh, there goes the lighting. Oh, that's the video. Oh, well, like and subscribe. Do a good deed. Stay happy. Tell someone you love them. Tell someone they're the goat. You know, become the goat. Don't acknowledge the goat. Become the goat. Stay wacky with it.